230-pound senior. Is Matt Christensen for Brandon Valley. And that is our starting lineup, being brought to you by Connect Home Center, your hometown lumber yard since 1928. And we are ready to kick things off this afternoon. We'll get to our Law on the Field in just a moment. As our pregame show comes to a close, the Raiders will be receiving to start this ball game, going from right to left.
That's Zach Brummels. You can't miss him with his teal shoes? That's teal. Forgive me, my wife would be like, you mean you don't know your colors? Come on.
Zach is 6'4", 195 pounds. There's the kick in the end zone. That's a touchback. So this one will come out to the 20-yard line.
That landed a yard in front of the back line.
Right the leg there for Zach Brummels. The Law on the Field is presented by the South Dakota Attorney General's Division of Consumer Protection, here to inform and assist. Today's officials enforcing the law on the field are your referee, Joe Martin. The umpire is Seth Monson. Jed Manzion is the line judge. Jim Doyle, the head linesman. And Jordan R. Johnson is your back judge. That is the Law on the Field presented by the South Dakota Attorney General's Division of Consumer Protection.
And I know Joe Martin specifically has gone to some college camps to try to get himself better.
There's the handoff to Glenn. Glenn finds a hole on the left side of the line there. Takes it from the 20 out to about the 23-yard line for a gain of 3 going from left to right. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 now for the Raiders with their blue uniforms and the white pants.
Yeah, and I just love Uriah Glenn, kind of what he brings as senior now. I swear he's been running since he was a sophomore because I recognize that name.
This time to the near side of the field on the ramp side, but he is going to be stacked up at the line of scrimmage, actually dropped for a loss of about a yard back to the 22-yard line to bring up 3rd and 8 now for Rapid City Stevens.
It's so hard when the pursuit of the Brandon Valley Lynx. Their linebackers are just on a dead run. You're trying to run that simple outside. And right now Coach Scott is just testing. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see what the Lynx bring. Are they bringing guys? Can they contain well? They're well coached, but you're looking for those little chinks, those little mismatches, those little cracks that come somewhere that you can build from.
Here comes Jensen from the shotgun now, trips left, one receiver to the right, throws the pass down the left sideline. It is going to be overthrown, intended for the receiver, number 1, Easton Ogle, who was running an out route there to the sideline. Incomplete, brings up 4th down now for Rapid City Stevens with a little bit over a minute gone by here in this first quarter.
Yeah, and it's tough, especially with your players. And I don't know what he tells his players. Guys, we're going to do a few things. We're really testing. The first few series for both teams we're just testing this. What is this doing? What is that doing? How are they going to guard? What kind of zone are they running where we can run things? So they run a 3 wide to the wide side of the field.
Here's the punt by Rapid City Stevens from the 10-yard line. It'll bounce at about the 45-yard line. It's going to be down by number 4, Corder Doney. And it's going to be a short field now for Brandon Valley as they start on the Raider 46-yard line, rather.
Yeah, and so here's where it comes in. We're talking about the Brandon Valley first, Lucas Slack, first-year quarterback. You talked about Brady Giles, the fullback, who's going to replace Tate Johnson. Is it going to be Jordan Johnson, who replaces Jackson Hilton? Those are the 3 huge weapons that they had. Plus, they had a big line last year that they had to kind of shuffle around.
A low snap. It's going to be, there's the handoff to this near side. That's going to be number 21, or 28 rather. No, it was 21.
Well, yeah, that's Delvon Spears Whitty. And I think we got a hold. I think right on the left end there, I think the tight end or whoever was on that end there got a little bit of extra. It looked like could have been a pancake block. Maybe he pulled him down. I didn't quite see it. I saw Whitty Delvon Spears Whitty just come around the corner. All of a sudden he had all sorts of real estate to go around, and first offensive play for Brandon Valley and first penalty.
Results in the hold there. They're going to back the ball back into Brandon Valley territory down to the 44-yard line, just inside the 44-yard line. Again, as Brandon Valley goes from right to left here at O'Hara Stadium.
And they're more of a running team. until they establish a quarterback that kind of do something, they're going to, put the ball on the ground quite a few times here, just kind of establish a line of scrimmage here.
I formation, Slack hands the ball off once again. It's going to go to number 21, Delvon Spears-Whitty. He goes to the right side of the line. He's going to get into Raider territory down to the 46-yard line, or the original line of scrimmage, so they get some of those yards back to bring up now 2nd and 10 for Brandon Valley.
I don't know that I even see Jordan Johnson on the field, but either way, he did say, here's your possible starters, and he gave us three of them who could come out here and play.
Again, this time from the shotgun, has a man in motion. This is Slack. There's the snap, hands it off to Spears-Whitty, and he's going to go right in the middle of the field, gets close to the 40-yard line. They'll mark him actually at about the 42-yard line.
With that big old beef up front, why would you not just run those inside zone plays? Very simple. Right up the middle. You got what? Let's see. Shunk's not doing it at 290, but I think Johnson is 295, 240. Sam Widola, man.
We're looking at 3rd and 6 coming up for Brandon Valley. From the shotgun once again, a low snap. Slack drops back, looks to his left. There's a little curl route there. It's caught by the receiver. That's good enough for a first down. And again, that was Peyton Carroll, the 6'4 senior. Had 12 receptions for almost 200 yards last year for Brandon Valley, and he's going to give the Lynx a first down.
Yeah, I'm sure that's one that they were excited about. Peyton Carroll coming back with this 6'4 frame, runs a great route, just a little curl, like you said, curl, a little outside curl. And they're finding the marker and getting to where he needed to go.
So we're looking at 1st and 10 now. Here's Slack, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw for the end zone, has a receiver. It is up for grabs, and it is a touchdown to number 14. That is going to be Noah Thompson with the grab there. It looks like a 33-yard touchdown reception.
Yeah, it comes in off the bench, was not a starter, and the Raiders brought the house. If you saw that, everybody pounding up the middle, and Slack did a great job of holding his ground. He had a couple of Raiders right in his face, arms in his face, and a nice little post route down there, and just inches over the defender to make a great reception and hold on to that ball.
Brummels with the extra point attempt, and this one is through the uprights with 8:47 to go on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. It is Brandon Valley 7, Rapid City Stevens nothing. We're back with more football on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
I thought the defender was going to close in on him.
Yeah, me too.
I thought, oh, he's going to get there. Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, Stevens Raiders would like to thank Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center and Black Hills Surgical Hospital for supplying athletic training services during tonight's game. We appreciate Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center's interest and support of Raider athletics. Brummels sets a kick for Brandon Valley. Back deep once again for the Raiders, number 4, Doney, number 26, Herman.
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. Brandon Valley leading Rapid City Stevens 7-0 is your score with 8:47 to go here in this first quarter of play. Another touchback as this one is kicked into the end zone by Zach Brummels.
There's a little bit of wind out there. The flags are blowing due east, out of the east. So we'll give him a little bit of that, but that's still a pretty good leg when you drive the kick return a couple, 3 yards back into the end zone. But what can we say about the offense? They just moving the ball, and the question was, right away, hey, how well is Lucas Slack going to step up and make a play?
Again, 7-0. Brandon Valley leading Rapid City Stevens. They hand the ball off to Glenn, and he's wrapped up immediately, in fact, for a loss there back at the 19-yard line to make it 2nd and 11 now for Rapid City Stevens. Nowhere to run there as the defense collapsed quickly.
I'm not sure if that wasn't a busted play. There was literally no Raiders there. I think all the blocking went to the left side, and he went to the right side, is what it looked like. There was, I mean, sometimes you'll see like an offensive lineman laying on the ground or something. No, I didn't see any of that.
This time Jensen goes from the shotgun, trips left, one receiver to the right. That's Trocamoinen. There's a little screen pass to the left side. It's caught by the receiver. That's going to be number 7, Julian Scott, and he's going to take it out to about the 22-yard line as the Raiders get some yards back there. They get, in fact, 3 yards on that pass play.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little more of that type of thing, and try to get the Lynx to kind of close down a little bit. That last series, their defensive backs were well off the ball, you know, thinking that Jensen might chuck it down the field. So try to get him up there a little bit, just a cover 2 zone defense and see what they can do with it.
Now they go trips right, one receiver to the left. Backing up is Jensen out of the shotgun, being pressured. Tries to escape a tackle. Instead, he's sacked back inside the 15-yard line, back at the 13-yard line. So a loss there of 9 yards for Jed Jensen, who had nowhere to go with the football.
Yeah, and like we said, that was one of our keys to the game. Is this line going to give Jed Jensen opportunity to make a play? He's a really athletic kid, can get around there, can sling the ball, but it's so hard when you ask any from the top Super Bowl winners all the way down to nothing. Can you have a line that can hold up and allow things to happen?
Rapid City forced to punt for the 2nd time. This one a very high but short punt. It takes a Raider bounce out to about the 47-yard line, which is pretty close to where the last punt was, and Brandon Valley will take over once again.
Was that like a 17-yard roll? It led with about the 30, and then things started rolling forward. I mean, it's a football. How does it roll that well?
Dean, real quickly, we'll take a look at our State Farm scoreboard from across the state in AAA football. In the 2nd quarter, Sioux Falls Jefferson 17, Sioux Falls Washington nothing. So Sioux Falls Jefferson in their inaugural season. And also in the 2nd quarter, it's Harrisburg 28, Pierre 13.
Of course, some of those crossings, definitely some storylines there, Jefferson being their first game. And of course, they took some talent from a lot of the other ones. That's why they ended up being ranked right away, thinking, hey, these guys got a lot of talent from some of the other schools, number 1. Number 2, how about Pierre playing Harrisburg?
Yes.
We did have a penalty on that one that I think got declined. And either way, Harrisburg, you know, getting out there, showing what they got, and going against Pierre, who is now crossing over and playing some AAA teams now. They get like 1 or 2, I don't remember how many they get a season, but some cross classifications of games happening, and Pierre obviously one of them.
So it will be Brandon Valley football. Here's Slack. There's the handoff. It'll go to Spears Whitty once again. No, this is going to be Johnson who's come in the ball game, number 28. That's Jordan Johnson who's now in the ball game. He puts his shoulder down and just barrels forward, takes it inside the 35-yard line down to the 34, and a Brandon Valley first down.
Yeah, just a simple off-tackle play. Get outside, seal inside, and that's football 101 right there. You know, run right, run left, run up the middle. You know, and you know, until they can stop the basics, they're just going to keep pounding it, and then that just opens up that passing game like we saw last series.
There's the handoff again. Johnson, he's kind of stuffed, and then he's tried to break it outside. He was stuffed at the line of scrimmage, tried to break it out to the right, but the Raider defense there to stop him at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, a good job that time. The left guard pulled that time to try to give a little extra beef through the hole on the right side of the line, and I think the Raiders were able to stuff it just enough that the backside guys could kind of help get with it, and then he tried to stumble or step out of it rather, and then the rest of the defense came in to help out. So good play there by the Raiders.
So we're looking at 2nd and 10 now, 6 minutes to go here in this first quarter. 7-0 is your score, with Brandon Valley leading Rapid City Stevens. Slack from the shotgun, has a man in motion from left to right, hands the ball off. Tries to cut it to the outside, but he's going to be tripped up as he tries to make the move. That's number 14. So that was
Will Thompson? Noah Thompson.
Noah Thompson,
He's
one
the one that caught
the touchdown.
Right, he did catch the touchdown. But nice job by Luke Chiolis. Came in from his inside linebacker spot, saw that, read it, hit his gap, and came through. And one Raider missed him, but he was there to clean up the action and to hold him to just a 1-yard gain. So nice 3rd and long here situation for the Raiders. See if they can hold.
We'll see what the Raider defense can do. Again, they're 3rd and long from the 29-yard line or 28-yard line. Slack throws to the left side. It's an out route there, but stumbling after making the catch was number 3. That's going to be Sam Scholten. He kind of was not even touched, just lost his footing there as he caught the ball and tried to make his move to turn it upfield.
No, it looked like the Raiders dropped back into a zone defense and no one covered the flat.
It's going to be 4th and 4 now. There's the handoff to Johnson, and Johnson is going to be stopped, and it's not enough for a first down, and the Raiders will get the football.
And a nice job that time coming up from the bottom of the pile and limping away, but making the play is number 53 for the Raiders. Just a fantastic job. I don't even have a 53 on their roster, but either way, he came up from the bottom, and he was at the legs of the runner. Defense helped out a little bit. Is that Garrett?
Spencer Garrett.
Spencer Garrett. You must have got a different sheet than I got.
I did some digging earlier. I think he actually was listed at a different number.
Oh, it could have been.
Yep. So the Raiders will get it back after a turnover on downs by Brandon Valley. There's a man in motion. Under center, they hand the ball off to Glenn. He tries to cut it to the outside. He does. He gets around the tackle, has a little bit of running room until he's forced out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Maybe the 31. That's going to be a gain of 5 yards out to the Raider 31 to bring up 2nd and 5 now for Rapid City Stevens.
Like you said, off tackle, good job by Glenn. It looked like he could turn it, but the quickness of the Brandon Valley defense closed that hole, and he's like, okay, I'm going to continue to go outside, and just worked his way out. That's one of the things you talk about, whether it's your outside linebacker or your defensive end. You got to be able to contain that guy. Don't let him get around that corner.
Here's Jensen under center. Glenn, the lone setback, rolling out to his right, being chased. Gets rid of the football a little too high for Julian Scott at 5'11". So it's going to be incomplete to bring up now 3rd and 5 for Rapid City Stevens. Again, they were forced to punt on their first 2 drives here this evening.
Yeah, you know what? That was a great play call, too. He rolled out. He had an opportunity. I think the defender, was it number 63, maybe number 68 for Brandon Valley, was kind of right in his face and kind of did just enough to alter that. But Scott was there. He had a reception. He had a first down. All that kind of was negated by 68 being in his face.
Again, 3rd and 5. Jensen from the shotgun. He'll drop back. There's the quarterback keeper. Jensen tries to make a move. He's going to be tripped up at the 30-yard line for a loss of 1 yard. And now 4th and 6 coming up for Rapid City Stevens on their own 30.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to make it out of there. Got some hands on him. One had the backside of his jersey kind of tugging on it. It looked like, hey, I'm going to scoot out of this, but
someone tripped him up just enough.
Man, defense is all hard. And sometimes you get a hand. I remember playing middle school, and I had a hand on the guy's jersey, and I'm like, I would not let go. And I saved a touchdown only because I'm like, I refuse to let go. That's just it.
So Rapid City Stevens on 4th and 6. They will be forced to punt for the 3rd time. There's the punt. This one a little bit better as it gets into Lynx territory. It'll take a Raider bounce down to about the 42-yard line. So once again, Rapid City Stevens forced to punt. And it will be Brandon Valley football. They lead 7-0.
Yes,
the State Farm scoreboard.
Sometimes it's just you're just playing the field position game and just trying to turn the field over. That's kind of what, even if you don't make something happen, then if you can just turn it over. We got an illegal shift, looks like, by the Stevens Raiders, and they are going to decline that penalty. Give Brandon Valley, it wasn't the greatest kick in the world, kind of high. It was as effective as maybe they wanted it to be. They would like it to be deeper, but it got where it needed to be, not returned, and so Brandon Valley's like, oh yeah, we'll get it just in case he kicks another bad one, or a good one rather.
Again, we want to thank those watching also on GoRaidersLive.com. So thanks for tuning in as well. Not really tuning in, but for going online and
streaming
in, catching us that way as well. Here's Slack. He'll roll out to his right for Brandon Valley. He tucks it in, and he's going to be ankle tackled as he tries to get to the sideline. The Raiders able to stop him before he got to midfield at about the 47-yard line. Nonetheless, that's going to be a gain of about 4 yards, maybe 3, depending on the spot.
Chiolis again, chasing him down from behind. He's kind of one of the big leaders on that defensive squad, how he kind of gets around and kind of makes things happen between him and Luke Jigaris. And from their linebacker spots, I think they really, really depend on that aggressiveness.
Here it is, 2nd and 7. There's Slack with a little pass to that right side. It was a curl route by, I believe, Peyton Carroll on that far side. Number 80, he makes the catch. And that's going to be enough for the first down as he gets into Raider territory down to the 43-yard line. So now 1st and 10 coming up for Brandon Valley as they try to chip away at this clock in this first quarter and possibly add to their score, leading 7-0.
Yeah, and after that first touchdown, if you get beat from behind, then as a defensive back, you're thinking, oh man, I better take a couple, 3 extra steps back, not let these guys beat me deep.
I formation, they hand the ball off. This one is going to go to number 6.
And guess who again? Luke Chiolis just stuffed him to the ground. It wasn't a form tackle, but he hit him hard enough to hit him right on the brim of the hat of the Miner there.
Number 6 was Peyton Egan, a 5'9", 165-pound running back, just a junior. Has a lot of speed, but boy, like you said, he was stopped as he got back to the line of scrimmage to bring up 2nd and 10 now for Brandon Valley as they are on the 43-yard line of the Raiders.
You can see Brandon Valley just feeling out the running backs. Hey, who's going to step up? Who's going to take those reins?
Egan kind of gets through that first line of defense there, but he's going to be stopped just shy of the 40-yard line at about the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 2. We're now looking at 3rd and 8 for Brandon Valley. Just under 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter of action.
It looked like Spencer Garrett again was in on that one. He was at least on the ground at the feet of the runner. And yeah, the linebackers getting all over there, being aggressive. We're going to watch it play now here. This is going to be a pass or something to the outside.
Lucas Slack from the shotgun rolls out to this near side. He's going to throw it. It is short, though. It takes a hop there. That's number 2, Seabron Bortnam. Was I believe, the intended receiver.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just went for this.
Mm-hmm. They're looking at 4th down on their own 40, or on the Raider 41. Or we do have it looks like a penalty marker there. They're marking it off.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to go against the Raiders. It was roughing the passer. Oh, those huge penalties. We've seen those over the years where you got a team that's trying to fight back into it. They play well, they make a play, and all of a sudden, boom, here comes a penalty. Those are the ones, you like the aggressiveness, but they just got to be smart about what they do.
Unfortunately, that does move the ball and move the chains for Brandon Valley inside the 30 down to the 26-yard line. There's the handoff to number 21.
That's back to Delvon Spears Whitty, and he got it, and he actually got held up by a Raider first, tried to make a move and got finished off, losing, 3 yards, 2 yards?
2 yards at least, yep, down to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, when you're running an outside play, unless you got a slow developing play where you're trying to pull your lineman and get him out in front of you and make a play, you got to get cooking. And he looked like he was kind of stopping, trying to read something and make a play out of that.
2nd and 12 coming up for Brandon Valley. Again on the Raider 28. I formation, dropping back is Slack. He's hit as he throws. Pressure there by the Raiders, and Slack was hit hard by number 2.
It's Gavin Skinner coming in, the former St. Thomas More Cavalier, 2nd year now with the Raiders, coming in on a kind of an outside linebacker blitz that time. And this is what I like to see, good sportsmanship. He hammered him, he gets up, taps him on the help and said, good job, and he gets tapped back. That's what you like to see.
Absolutely. So the incomplete pass, 3rd and 12 now for Brandon Valley. 32 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. Brandon Valley by a touchdown. There's the pass. It is caught by Spears Whitty at the 30. Down to 25, 20, 15, 10 as he's ankle tackled at the 11-yard line. A nice play there, kind of a screen pass, and he's able to get the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11, and I think the clock's going to just, we'll see if it'll run out.
Well, it'll stop to get this change set. But yeah, so that's a perfect play call. You could almost smell that one coming just because of how aggressive the Raiders were. They capitalized the Lynx on an aggressive play before that, and now they turn it into something big. You know, you could just get caught in those situations, and those are so disheartening.
Slack from the shotgun, and we're going to get a penalty marker. This is going to be false start.
Oh, did come from the side, so.
False start against Brandon Valley, so 1st and 10 turns into 1st and 15 now from the 16-yard line of the Raiders.
Trying to get maybe one more play here for the quarter, but you know, right now, aside from hurting themselves on the side, I think the Raiders are kind of feeling good. They're kind of getting some confidence out there, and that's what you want to see from a defense.
Slack will hand it off to Spears Whitty once again. He breaks one tackle, tries to spin out of another, and he's going to be stopped just shy of the 11-yard line.
You know, he stepped away from Chiolis there as he tried to make a move, but he does what he does. He obviously did make the play, so what's the next thing you do if you don't make the play? Make sure he is able to cut back inside right into the teeth of your defense. It was just kind of an RPO there as he just kind of did a pass option or read the defensive end and decided on what to do there.
At the end of the first quarter on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it's Brandon Valley 7, Rapid City Stevens nothing. We're back with more football action right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Warren Chemical is ready for winter. Are you? They stock quality ice melt products for sidewalks, driveways, and parking areas that will melt ice down to minus 15 degrees. Warren Chemical Ice Melt is less toxic than baking soda, is the least damaging to concrete, surrounding grass, and other plants, and can be applied before or after the snow falls. Available in 50-pound bags and less expensive than the discount store 20-pound buckets. Call 342-7644. Warren Chemical, a proud sponsor of all Rapid City and surrounding.
Tired of showering? Well, have we got a solution for you?
We interrupt this commercial with good news from your good neighbor. State Farm has new lower car insurance rates, which means you can save more cash and get the service and convenience of a local State Farm agent. That's right, State Farm now has new lower auto rates with their same good neighbor service. It's the real deal for car insurance, folks. And now this.
For lower auto rates in Rapid City, call State Farm agent Scott Carlson.
And detail broadcast booth. Jerome Wickersham and Dean Gurr with you on this Friday night. Rapid City Stevens in their home opener, taking on the Brandon Valley Lynx, the number 2 ranked team in the state in the preseason poll. And right now, Rapid City Stevens, with their defense, trying to hold here. On 2nd and long, they hand the ball off. This one goes to Johnson right up the middle of the field. A big back. He's heading for the end zone, but he's going to be stopped just a couple of yards short, maybe at the 3-yard line. Such a big back there is Jordan Johnson at 5'10". He looks a lot bigger than 180 pounds, though.
I was thinking the same thing about Giles. He looks smaller than his 190.
They're going to hand the ball off to Johnson, and he is going to take it in from 3 yards out, untouched, to give Brandon Valley that 13-0 lead.
You know, you get that. And trying to catch teams off guard, that you get like a big play there, you get back to the line, you just run the same play again. They emptied the backfield that time, and he ran it all on his own. But I'll tell you what I like is the play before that. Isaac Johnson, 6'1", 295 tackle. He got through the line, did Johnson, and then Johnson, the Johnson and Johnson duo, comes up and helps him out, pushes him from the back and said, "You're my teammate, I'm going to push you right into the end zone."
So the extra point is good on the State Farm scoreboard. It's Brandon Valley 14 and Rapid City Stevens nothing. Again, with 11:35 to go here in this second quarter of play, we'll do a scoring update. Speaking of the State Farm scoreboard, at halftime, Sioux Falls Jefferson 17, Sioux Falls Washington 6 at halftime. In the second quarter, it's Harrisburg 35, Pierre 20. And a final from earlier today, it's Aberdeen Central 49, Douglas nothing to start the season for both of those ball clubs. So, Dean, if you're the Raiders right now, you're down 14 to nothing. But, you know, your defense has played tough. Now it's just time for that offense to see if they can find that rhythm and get things going.
Yeah, that's definitely been the struggle here in this first half for the Raiders. The line has really struggled against the power of the Brandon Valley defensive line. You can see Glenn has it, but if there's just no place to run, how do you unleash the beast in Glenn at his speed and all that he has? And how can Jensen get around and make a play? That's got to be on the mind. It's not on the mind. That's got to be on the forefront of the thought process of Coach Scott right now.
Zach Brummels kicks off from left to right here. Again, another great kick. This one, though, at the 5-yard line, taken by Rapid City Stevens. Out to the 20-yard line. A nice little return there of about maybe 16 yards for number 4 on that return.
Yeah, that was Corder Doney, who does some defense for the Raiders, but out there making something happen on kick return. It looked like he was going to score it out, and then the Brandon Valley Lynx kind of covered it pretty well after that.
So again, the Raiders will have the ball after punting for 3 times in that first quarter.
What we haven't seen, they haven't thrown to Easton Ogle yet. I'm not going to tell Coach Scott what to do, but he was a fire plug when he played basketball last year for him.
A screen pass to Scott on this near side. That'll be a gain of 2 yards from the 20 to the 22-yard line to bring up 2nd and 8 now for Rapid City Stevens. 45 seconds gone by here in this second quarter.
You know, they're just trying to spread it out, get some short passes, trying to get the Lynx to try to commit something somehow, somewhere. You want to get some confidence. You know, you've got a couple of struggle series for the Raiders, and so you want to make something simple happen and try to, you know, put something where your kids are just all about it. Nice job this time. They're going to run right up the middle. That's Uriah Glenn. Again, he barrels forward. Is he going to get about 3 or 4 yards on that? There was a hole, a wide open hole on the left side for Uriah Glenn and the Raiders. So you got to give a little hats off there. Is it number 73, Ben Goldie? We talked about him last year being a pretty solid tackle, and he was the left tackle on that side. Did a pretty good job. Hayden Bentz, a guy that I got to work with umpiring, also working on that left side. So nice little hole for him. Opening up a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4 opportunity here for the Raiders. Here's Jensen back. He's getting chased. He makes a throw. It's complete to Scott. Scott gets leveled just beyond the 30-yard line. Is it going to be enough for the first down? We'll see where the marker is, and they're going to stop the clock as if he made it, and yes, he makes the first down. Nice little kind of a less than 7-yard out route by Scott. Going along the sideline just outside the numbers, makes the catch, and is able to get enough of the first down. So a big first down for the Raiders here as we're just under 10 minutes in the second quarter here, trailing the Lynx 14-0. Single back again, Glenn. Here comes Jensen dropping back. He's got time this time. He's looking. Now he's dropping. Now he's going to try to run. He gets chased down, and he's drugged down at the 30-yard line. A loss of 2. So more in the secondary that time for Brandon Valley, but either way, a nice job by Jensen to hold it, and the line. The line did a good job. He actually had an opportunity. His feet were kind of dancing a little bit, but he was looking for an opportunity and had to just kind of try to tuck it and run. So good job by Brandon Valley holding him and not letting him get out of that pocket.
Again, 3 minutes gone by here in this second quarter. 14-0 Brandon Valley with that lead on the State Farm scoreboard. Troy Moynihan was going to go in motion there from left to right, and now we get a penalty flag. I believe that it comes from the not back judge, but the umpire.
I don't know if so. Was Jensen telling him to shift to a different spot or telling him to move in motion because he moved and then he went back to where he was at. And I don't know if it was intentional that way. I didn't see where the penalty came from otherwise because he was the only player I saw moving. But either way, after you get your first down and you've got a couple of plays, you're going backwards, and that's got to be the frustration. We talked about the defense. Play, makes a play, force a situation, and then you get a penalty, a roughing the passer penalty, and that just kills that momentum.
We're looking at 2nd and 20 now. Jensen, empty backfield, drops back from the shotgun. He's going to throw it down the left sideline. Has Trokamoinen, but it's overthrown just a little bit. Trokamoinen had a step on the defender, but it was thrown just a little bit out of his outstretched arms.
Yeah, I think the touch, obviously the touch on the pass is a little too deep. Great route choice there as Trokamoinen running down the numbers. He's got the defender on his inside shoulder, so he fades, and Jensen put it, quote unquote, where he needed to, just a little too much oomph on it, getting down there. And that's one thing you work on, you hammer in practice. The quarterbacks and the receivers practice together constantly just to get that timing, because he's got to be able to adjust to every receiver and each of their own speed and own abilities and how well they run each of the routes, and can they make it.
Again, Jensen from the shotgun, flushed out of the pocket, and he is going to be wrapped up as he gets to about the 23-yard line.
And that time it was the middle linebacker, Ryan Dahl, coming in to deliver the blow, not letting Jensen. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lynx have kind of a spy on him, because Jensen's a pretty athletic fellow. And either way, Dahl, a lot of times your spy is your middle linebacker, and he was able to just seek him out, take him out, force the Raiders to punt.
Punting for the 4th time now in this first half is Rapid City Stevens. There's the punt from the 10-yard line. Again, a short punt, bounces at the 36-yard line and actually stays in bounds to the 38-yard line. But nonetheless, the Raiders are just, with their punting or special teams unit, they're just not getting enough on it to really, Brandon Valley's getting that short field.
Yeah, absolutely. Here you fought and you've struggled, so you got to struggle. You got an opportunity to change the field, and you can't. When you're punter, what he's doing is he's getting, as he's punting, he's not getting it out there. He's getting his foot too far, so the ball's not getting out there. So when it comes off of his foot, it's coming more toward his ankle than it is out there toward his toe.
I formation now. Slack hands the ball off to Johnson. Johnson right up the middle of the field. He's going to be stopped at the 35-yard line or 36-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 2 yards to make it 2nd and 8 for Brandon Valley.
You can tell when he punts, too, he's got that backspin, so it kind of rolls. You actually want it to roll forward if you can. I mean, what you want it to do is to come down like a bullet, right down. Instead, he's turning it over and over, so he's obviously not hitting it at the right spot of his foot.
Again, 2nd and 8 now. On the Raiders side of the field, they're going to stack up. Is that Delvon Spears-Whitty, I believe, was your ball carrier.
Nice job that time by the Raiders, just again putting pressure. They do that all the time. They've been blitzing for years, which is common, obviously. But they send lots of pressure, knowing that, hey, we got to do something to make a play. Now they got to be ready, because you're talking 3rd and 9 here. You want to put some pressure, but you don't want to give up that screen play, that middle screen play, that type of play, which negates that tough rush.
This time Lucas Slack will go from the shotgun. He's going to roll out to his right, being chased, gets rid of the football. It's caught by Carroll. That's Peyton Carroll, who takes a shot as he makes the catch. He holds on to the football at the 35-yard line. It's not enough, though, for a first down for Brandon Valley. That'll bring up 4th and short.
Eli Oxner was the one who made that hit. He was doing some running before. Now he's playing defense in there, and he's kind of limping coming off, but he's the one who threw the shoulder into that offensive player, knocking him out of bounds.
So just inside the 35-yard line, 4th and looks like about 4. 3rd and 5 is what they're saying on the scoreboard.
Coming this side.
I formation, dropping back. Slack fakes the handoff, Throws down the right sideline, has Carroll, and Carroll just could not hold on to the football. In fact, it just goes off his fingertips in the end zone.
Yeah, I thought it was a great throw. I think just at the last second, I don't know if Carroll made that necessary adjustment that a receiver needs to make right at the last second. It was almost like he was trying to run and then he just kind of stuck his hands out and hoping to get there. You got to, when you get to that last, you're trying to run, and you got to be able to hit your foot at the right spot and lean out. But he just kind of stuck his hands up instead of trying to lean out and try to get the ball, kind of make a diving, like a Willie Mays over your shoulder type catch.
So Carroll not able to bring it in that corner of the end zone. It will be Raider not thinking of basketball, Raider football.
Dude, we're so far off from that.
Yeah, we're so far away from that. I don't know where I was thinking basketball.
Man, not at all.
But Raider football now.
Maybe because we do so much basketball.
We
do a lot of football this year, though.
There's that spread offense. Jed Jensen from the shotgun, and we're going to get it blown dead. And the Raiders will take a timeout with 6:07 to go here in this second quarter of play. On the State Farm scoreboard, it's Brandon Valley 14 and Rapid City Stevens nothing. We'll take a timeout as well. Again, this is high school football on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com. And thanks for watching also on GoRaidersLive.com.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our
Cast booth with Dean Gurr. I'm Jerome Wickersham. Jensen now on the run, but he slips there inside the 25-yard line down to the 24-yard line on 1st and 10 from the 34. That's going to be a huge loss there for Jensen.
Interesting, that's almost like an isolation play. They stick 4 would-be receivers on the left side and a solo on the other side, thinking we're going to get one-on-one coverage. This guy's going to run down the field, or he's going to be able to take care of his defender one-on-one. And they tried to get Jensen just kind of roll out and step up and make a play, and he could. Now, it's funny that Glenn was running behind him. I don't know if it was, I almost thought they were going to run some sort of option that way or something, the way it was setting up. And we get it the other side.
Again, an empty backfield as Jensen goes from the shotgun. He's going to drop back. He's pressured. He throws the ball, but I'm not sure if there's a little miscommunication there. Trocamoinen really wasn't running towards the sideline, more of an in route there, and it's going to be an incomplete pass.
Well, I'm going to tell you what it was. It was Tristan Bisbee, bump and run coverage, played him right on it, did a good job with his hands, and Trocamoinen, as a receiver, you got to hand fight him. It's literally the two guys. It's one-on-one, mano-a-mano, and you got to fight those hands. You got to be able to come off, use swim moves, whatever you got to do to get off those hands and use your footwork and get away from that. But instead, Tristan Bisbee won that one because it was just going to be an ISO, throw it up there, let him go get it. But Bisbee's like, not on my side.
So now we're looking at 3rd and 20. Jensen drops back. There's the pass. An underthrown pass there, or pass thrown to Glenn, rather. It's going to be a short gain of maybe 2 yards.
And a good job that time. I thought it was number 12, but maybe not. Maybe it was number 2. But either way, it was a good job, a good read of that play. It's like 3rd and long. They might throw one of those plays, a little screen play, thinking they're going to bring some pressure with Brandon Valley, but they were having none of it. As they kind of came to the line, you looked and you could kind of see that the defensive backs were backing off.
So Rapid City Stevens will punt inside the 15-yard line. It'll take a Raider bounce. Now this was perhaps the best one they needed there, as it goes all the way down to the 32-yard line of Brandon Valley.
And if you just get that roll, what you need, you can kick soccer style and make it happen and get the ball to roll like he did. He's done that 3 times. That's really only his saving grace. Otherwise, it's not been a good performance from the punting team or the punting unit of Stevens, Parker Messmer, the 6'4" sophomore, doing the kicking here.
Again, these two teams did not play last year due to the Raiders' season being cut short. They only played 7 games last year. Here's Slack. He'll fake on the draw play, gives the ball to Spears Whitty, and he's going to be able to take it to the outside and get the first down on this near sideline as he takes it out to the 43-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, the Raiders, Rain Thompson, he is a junior, and it looked like he had an opportunity for him. He just couldn't get the handle. He kind of, not lost his balance, but got knocked off and just couldn't quite make the play. That'd have been a great loss for the Raiders.
Trips left, no receivers to the right. There's the pass, and it is dropped by Carroll. I'm not sure if he took his eyes off the football.
It kind of looked like it. Good spot there, Mr. Play Caller there. Yeah, I think he kind of had, hey, I've got an opportunity. I'm just going to run a little out route here, a little double out route on that side, and I think he just that last second wanted to turn and head upfield. So a few growing pains, I think, a little bit for Brandon Valley here in the first half. Some few penalties and a few. I think they're really still learning. They're still trying to figure out what they got. Are we going to get a timeout?
We are. Brandon Valley wants to talk about it as they face 2nd and 10 from their own 43-yard line. So we will pause as well with 4 minutes to go in this first half. Again, on the State Farm scoreboard, it's Brandon Valley 14, Rapid City Stevens nothing. We're back with more football right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and on GoRaidersLive.com.
Join the team and take on your legacy. Since 1862, the South Dakota Army National Guard has been ready to defend our freedom and our way of life. When our nation calls, we are there to help our friends, neighbors, and communities in the event of forest fires, floods, tornadoes, and...
Dave always wore the same gray shirt to work every day. Monday through Friday, gray, gray, gray. Then one day, Dave decided to switch things up and wear that Hawaiian shirt his mother gave him. And that's when Wendy in accounting took notice. You can make a difference when you switch things up too. Switch and save an average of $536 by calling your local State Farm agent today.
To switch and save on your auto insurance, call State Farm agent Matt McCormick in Rapid City.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
Service and detail. Cast booth, sales, service, and side-by-sides. Again, with Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. Brandon Valley leading Rapid City Stevens 14-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. Right now it is 2nd and 10 coming up for the Lynx. Spears Whitty is your lone setback. They'll hand it off to him, and he's going to try to cut it to the outside. He breaks one tackle, but he was held up enough, though, where the Raiders were able to get to him, and they are going to stop him after a gain of only about a yard.
Yeah, that was a good job by the Raiders actually that time, because as you saw the Brandon Valley Lynx shift around, they had the numbers they wanted to on that left side, but Gavin Skinner was the outside linebacker there, was able to come up and make a play. Like you said, he didn't make the tackle, but he held him up enough that the rest of the team could jump in and help out. So great job again by the Raiders. Another 3rd and long situation for Brandon Valley.
3rd and 9, and of course, Brandon Valley have not punted in this first half, but they did turn the ball over on downs twice. So the Raider defense trying to come up big here and maybe give the offense a chance before halftime. 3rd and 9, Slack drops back, looks to his right.
The ball's tipped. Is that tipped?
I'm not sure if he was even hit or if it was tipped there, but the ball just sails towards the Brandon Valley sideline.
You could see the blitz coming from the back side of him, and he looks over. It was a good play call and everything, but they weren't going to get anything out of it. If he makes that catch, he's hoping that his receiver is going to just make something happen. And, not a good throw, and so Brandon Valley's done a few things, but I am not quite as high up on him at the moment as I was coming into this game.
Again, Brandon Valley comes in the number 2 ranked team in Class 11 AAA. It was Harrisburg, then Brandon Valley, followed by Sioux Falls Roosevelt, Sioux Falls O'Gorman, and then Sioux Falls Jefferson. Receiving votes was Sioux Falls Washington, and a team that we will see tomorrow afternoon, Sioux Falls Lincoln. who will take on Rapid City Central in the Cobblers home opener.
Yeah, and Lincoln's got a few players. They lost a few to Jefferson, and then they, of course, graduated. Tommy Thompson was just a game player quarterback for Sioux Falls Lincoln, so they have to replace him. And yeah, I'm interested to see what's going on. I'm more interested to see the Cobblers. Like it said, they lost a core. We talked about this last week. A good core group of athletes. So how are they going to replace that? I'm looking at their roster. I'm like, what's going on here? I don't see anybody on this roster.
So we're down to 3 minutes and 19 seconds left in this first half. And it looks like Brandon Valley will punt for the first time on 4th and 9. There's the punt, high end over end. The Raiders will take it inside the 25-yard line. That's Doney once again. He tried to make a move there, maybe get to make a move down the right sideline, but instead he's going to be wrapped up, and no gain on that return.
Yeah, you had to punt in that situation. They weren't going to give any momentum to the Raiders whatsoever. 3:10 to go. They're like, hey, we're going to punt this. We're going to make you take the ball, and we're going to make you drive the length of the field, which is what's going to have to happen here for the Raiders. They want to get some momentum. They want to get something. They've made a play here and a play there, so there's some hope involved. But now they gotta string a few things together, do the Raiders. Empty backfield now. Here comes Jensen. The throw is incomplete right across the middle at the 40-yard line. First down. I talked about this earlier. Easton Ogle, he's been a ball player in basketball, and now he shows what he can do. He is a post-22 player and able to make a play. Nice little seam route, like right up the middle, a nice throw, nice little dime right into the hands of Easton Ogle from Jed Jensen. The Raiders are on a hurry. You got to stop it for a second to reset the chains. Now they're set. Now Jensen's calling out the middle, finding the linebacker. Again, empty backfield. Here comes Brandon Valley creeping up. Here comes the pressure right in his face. Jensen makes the throw. The catch again is by Easton Ogle. He catches it right on the 0 of the 40, so just a couple of yards. Tries to turn around and make a play, so I think they're going to give him less progress. Nope, they're going to give him the progress he had. He was up to the 44-yard line. So a couple, looked like about 5 yards on that play. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 5 as the Raiders will huddle up a little bit, trying to make things happen. Clock ticking, 2:23 to go here in the first half. Can the Raiders do something? Again, empty backfield, trips right, twins left. Here's the motion. It's Glenn. They're going to give it to him. He's going to run to the outside. Great block by Scott to free him. He tries to turn the corner, and then collapsing on him is the safety, Kyler Breest. Said, hey, you're not going to get into my backfield. It looked like Scott had a great block right on his defender right in front of him, and it looked like he was going to turn the corner and head up the field until Breest closed in almost like a linebacker and made a stop. Picked up a couple of yards. So with 1:45, we're talking 3rd and 4 here for the Raiders.
Again, Jensen from the shotgun looks to his right. And it's dropped by the receiver on that far sideline. That was number 1, Easton Ogle, the 5'10", 175-pound junior, trying to make the catch there on that far sideline.
So Easton Ogle makes a couple of big-time catches, especially when Hugen getting the first down, and now they just tried a little tunnel screen to try to get it inside, see if he could tunnel right up the middle a little bit, and just drops it. So you make play, and then the Brandon Valley team jumps up and makes a play, and now you're forced to do something maybe you didn't want to do, that little screen, and that doesn't work for the Raiders. Now they are forced to punt here with 1:33. You didn't want to put it back into Brandon Valley's hands.
93 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Parker Messmer for Rapid City Stevens. There's the snap. Here's the punt. It's a nice punt inside the 30. Takes a nice Raider bounce inside the 20 down to the 15,
close.
And it's still rolling inside the 10-yard line. You couldn't ask for a better punt there from Parker Messmer.
I think Delvon Spears-Woody wanted to return it, but he didn't quite have the angle. He had his back to the defense. punt team rather, and was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get this. And then you saw him turn around and go, oh man, I should have taken it and ran with it. But that would have been risky. It would have been very risky because he had his back to him. He couldn't quite see what he had it. I know he wanted to take it and put it up the gut. Instead, he allowed the ball roll inside the 10-yard line. Where are they at? They're at the 8-yard line. Is Brandon Valley with 1:17 to go here, trying to make something happen in their opportunity to finish out this first half. Here's the give. Let's go over to the left side. That's number 28. Getting a good job. He stopped a little bit short of the 15-yard line, maybe the 14-yard line. Of course, we're talking about Jordan Johnson, who has been splitting time. Their trio of backs they've been using here. Brandon Valley has this afternoon. He stayed in bounds, so we're at the 14-yard line, which makes it 2nd down and 4. Brandon Valley taking time. I'm kind of surprised. I thought maybe they might be running a little bit of a no huddle to kind of get moving, but instead they go with their I formation, twins to the right. Motion now by number 80. He goes into that slot. Here comes the run to this side, and it is right up the middle, and he blasts through a couple of guys and gets out just past the 20. They go to market, and that is, again, number 28 with Jordan Johnson, the 5'10", 180-pound senior. So we're ticking down to 25 seconds. Brandon Valley's like taking their own sweet time, like, hey, we're satisfied with, we don't want to lose the ball. We're satisfied with a 14-0 play. They're going to keep it on the ground, and they're going to let the clock run out. The clock is going to, they're going to let it go. We've made a couple of plays. We saw what we could do, 1 or 2, and that's it. And so they are satisfied with a 14-0 lead. Heading into halftime, the Brandon Valley Lynx over the Rapid City Stevens Raiders.
And Dean, we've been doing some coordinating, me and the athletic director. I know that we have folks watching us on GoRaidersLive.com. Of course, you mentioned in the pregame show, we mentioned that the interim, we have an interim head coach for the Brandon Valley Lynx because their head coach is battling cancer. And so we just wanted to, basically, we want to get some of the fans across the way there for the head coach of Brandon Valley.
Yeah, his name is Chad Garrow.
Chad Garrow.
He's been doing it for years. Matt Christensen has been working with him for, I think they said 18 years. And Chad Garrow he went to University of Sioux Falls. He's just a gamer, absolutely gamer, defensive-minded type guy, and just done great things for Brandon Valley.
We are going to zoom in there. I mean, if you're watching on GoRaidersLive.com, again, send our best to Coach Garrow. And again, the fans over there who made the trip, wishing their best to Coach Garrow and sending their love to him and their best wishes. So just a great sign there across the way there, and we appreciate the fans there showing their support for him during these times.
Yeah, it was last November, I think he got his diagnosis. So it was shortly after that championship game that they played in against Harrisburg. In mid-November, he got his diagnosis, and so he has not been coaching since then. Matt Christensen, like I said, interim stepped in, and they're hoping, obviously. I didn't sound like really, really optimistic, but they're still holding out for hope. There's always hope. You can never forget that part, that he will be back on the sidelines.
Yep. And again, we are sending our best as well from Fox Sports Radio and from all of us on the western side of the state. We all support each other here in South Dakota, so we are definitely sending our best to Coach Garrow. So again, we appreciate the support there from the Rapid City fans, but also the Brandon Valley fans showing their support for Coach as well. So again, here at halftime, it's Brandon Valley 14, the Raiders nothing on the State Farm scoreboard. We will take a quick break. We'll come back with our halftime show right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
Everyone says they want to change the world. But not everyone will. We are not everyone.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show with big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. and stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
You've known us as Corey's Tri-State Tire Factory, but now we have a new name and a new location to serve you better. Corey's Point S Tire and Auto Service is now open on Camden Drive up the hill from Rushmore Crossing in Rapid City, and remains open in Belle Fourche on 5th Avenue. Corey's Point S Tire and Auto Service is the largest independent tire and auto service shop in the region, and we're still locally owned. With that will come more convenient service, better parking, and exclusive deals on top tire brands in the business. We look forward to serving you even better at the all-new Corey's Point S Tire and Auto Service in Rapid City and in Belle Fourche.
So not unusual finding the Raiders trying to make something happen against a defense like that. And they're trying to make plays, and they're struggling. But they've made a couple of plays at the right time, and I'll tell you, when you are struggling in one area, the other side of the field or the other parts of your team need to step up. They have for Brandon Valley. We saw some stuff in their offense, so their offense is kind of doing some things. Their defense is obviously doing great right now. We see the Raiders have now defensively have really kind of stepped up, but it's the punting game. It's really, except for the one play that was almost knocked away, the touchdown pass. Aside from that, because their punting is just not effective at all, they are giving up short field situations. The defense is coming up, but you can't ask your defense against a big, beefy line like Brandon Valley to constantly make plays. That's going to show itself in the second half. So I don't know what Coach Scott has in mind. I don't know if he has another puncher. Whatever it is, he's got to be able to get his puncher to get the ball downfield. That is probably the biggest thing that stands out right now is the punting. That's number one. Now, number two, obviously, is the ineffectiveness of their offense. I think Jed Jensen is there ready to make plays. We like the way he looks. He's athletic. A couple of drops by receivers, a couple routes that, they're struggling a little bit against the tough defensive backs of Brandon Valley. And so they're going to kind of find that. So they got to somehow find a way of getting the ball into the hands of Uriah Glenn, maybe not just jamming it up the middle, but out in space somewhere. I think he can make some plays. And that's really what they have to do, just to make something happen, make a play. And you hate to say it, we've seen it before, so that's not odd for football, but they may be relying on their defense to make a play at some point and some time to either get them back in this game or do something to kind of turn the tides a little bit for them.
We see the defense playing really well for Rapid City Stevens. But with both of these teams, no turnovers in this first half. We've had some penalties, but not a lot. But I think coming into this ballgame, too, that's what Coach Scott wanted to do is, with this senior leadership coming back, is cut down on the mistakes, cut down on the turnovers, and so far a clean football game. It's just a matter of, like you said, someone making a play and just getting things going here in the second half.
Yeah, and there have definitely been some mistakes by the Raiders. I already kind of mentioned a couple of them, and of course they had a couple of penalties, one that cost them big time. On that big, they stuffed them. It was going to be a 4th and long, and they ended up with a roughing the passer one. So that was a huge one. And then, the play call, whether it was the play call or the execution, either way, of that 3rd down play where they had a monster blitz going on, and he was not able to, and they weren't able to disrupt the play enough. It's a simple little screen pass, and so now you've got, 8 guys or 7 guys or whatever out of position, and they executed and capitalized on that, did Brandon Valley. But aside from that, it really has not been, like you said, the mistakes for the defense of the Raiders has not been that bad. Their aggressiveness has done pretty good.
And again, here on the halftime show, it's Brandon Valley 14, Rapid City Stevens nothing. So we'll see what the Raiders do. I mean, Dean, any big adjustments you see for the Raiders here in the second half?
Well, the first thing I kind of already mentioned already, they're going to have to be able to get the ball out into space, and they're kind of trying to do that a little bit. Brandon Valley is so athletic and so, they're so tough up the middle that you got to try to get it outside, but they have athleticism at their outside positions as well. So just to get it out there, they're going to have to it's a play here or a play there, because they're not going to be able they're not going to smash them in the mouth by any means, and they're going to have to be able to get some sort of spot. I wouldn't be surprised if they come up with some, weird trick play here, just to get something to get them fired up a little bit and able to make a play. But it's not going to be give it to Glenn up the middle. They'll do that once in a while, but that's not going to be it. It's going to be we got to be able to. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for maybe 4th down, maybe a little bit more often. But yeah, you got to get the ball into space, into Uriah Glenn space. Easton Ogle, he was like quiet. I mentioned his name, and the next series he comes in and makes one big catch and another kind of secondary catch. So, what he does, and maybe they unveiled that weapon, if you want to call it, a little too early. Maybe, I don't know. But either way, they got to get it into the hands of some playmakers.
Absolutely. We'll see what happens here in the second half. Again, on our State Farm scoreboard, insured by Agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. It's Brandon Valley 14, Rapid City Stevens nothing. We will take a quick break here in our halftime show, and we'll come back with our scoreboard update for games around the area and across the state. We'll do that when we return right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
My kid wrecked his car, his 3rd car. The kid needs a car. We need the kid to have a car. What did I do? I begged my insurance agent for mercy. That's another story. Then I went to Copper Motors in Rapid City and found a safe, reliable car.
Copper Motors is a small, trusted dealership specializing in safe, quality pre-owned vehicles. No pressure, no hassle. Each vehicle is inspected, serviced, and detailed with a warranty like no other. Copper Motors, corner of Campbell and Omaha.
When you're the bank, that comes with a lot of responsibility. Security First Bank is the bank that knows your name, solves your problems, and stays flexible to make personal or business banking a whole lot easier. Because when you're the bank, you're built on people, relationships, trust, and straight talk. Security First Bank. We're the bank, but more importantly, we're your bank. Member FDIC.
Warren Chemical is ready for winter. Are you? They stock quality ice melt products for sidewalks, driveways, and parking areas that will melt ice down to minus 15 degrees. Warren Chemical Ice Melt is less toxic than baking soda, is the least damaging to concrete, surrounding grass, and other plants, and can be applied before or after the snow falls. Available in 50-pound bags and less expensive than the discount store 20-pound buckets. Call 342-7644. Warren Chemical, a proud sponsor of all Rapid City and surrounding area schools.
of showering? Well, have we got a solution for you?
We interrupt this commercial with good news from your good neighbor. State Farm has new lower car insurance rates, which means you can save more cash and get the service and convenience of a local State Farm agent. That's right, State Farm now has new lower auto rates with their same good neighbor service. It's the real deal for car insurance, folks. And now this.
For lower auto rates in Rapid City, call State Farm agent Scott Carlson.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills, with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Throw the ball 1.5 times a game or whatever. Either way, they just pound you into submission like you are a piece of meat. That's just it. You're round steak and they want you to be tenderloin.
Yeah. So again, that's our scoreboard update again, or on the State Farm scoreboard. Don't forget, at the conclusion of our broadcast this evening, we will send it back to the studio. Matt Carney has the scoreboard update from all the scores, kind of recaps all the scores across the state of South Dakota, and he'll do that on Score Central. That's coming up at the end of our broadcast here this evening. And so if you want to get a chance to check all the scores, he'll have all those for you, like we said, at the end of our broadcast this evening. That'll do it for our halftime show. The Brandon Valley Lynx in their white uniforms with the white pants and the dark helmets, they are back on the field and they are ready to receive as they lead 14-0 against the Rapid City Stevens Raiders.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what, if Coach Christensen is going to take, is he going to solidify maybe his backfield? Or is he still searching? Because that's kind of really what it is. It's like this tandem, not tandem, but like running back by committee almost. Who's going to step up and who's going to make a play? It looked pretty solid early on. It looked like Delvon Spears-Whitty was maybe easily going to win it. But then, he came out and they put Jordan Johnson in there. He did a play or two. Peyton Egan did a play or two. And then Spears-Whitty came back again. Yeah.
So here's Parker Messmer. He will kick off for Rapid City Stevens, going from right to left here at Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium. It is just a short kick, bounces inside the 30-yard line. Brandon Valley jumps on the football. It was live there, and the Lynx player there just jumps on the football.
Yeah, it lets it hit him, and he's able to look like number 32, was able to jump on it. But either way, yeah, that's a little scary situation. I know last week when we had Mount Vernon Planking, that's what they did. They just cornered it. They're like, we're not going to kick it deep. We're going to corner it and make you make a play on it. And it worked out in their favor at one time as it bounced off a Comet player, and they were able to recover.
And here comes the Raider defense. As they look fired up, they're going to be going against Brandon Valley. They're 1st and 10 on their own 29-yard line. There's some pressure. The ball was loose, I think, for a moment, but some pressure there by the Raiders. But Brandon Valley, that's Lucas Slack, who's able to protect the football, but he is sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Wow, nice job by the Raiders. That came in from the right side of their defense coming back. I didn't see who got an arm in it, but you could see the arm. You saw the ball hit the ground right away. And I don't think they even brought a lot of pressure that time. It looked like they kind of dropped back into a zone coverage.
So that is going to be a loss of, looks like 6 yards. We're now 2nd and 16.
It's going to be a blitz.
Here's Slack. There's the draw play. They give the ball to go. I think that was Johnson.
So, yeah, so the blitz that time, again, that's what you do to neutralize a blitz with a flag down is you send a blitz in, you run it right up the middle, make the blitzer go around the outside.
Now we're going to get holding against Brandon Valley. So that ball is going to come back. It was out to the 30-yard line or so. The holding occurred, though, at the 23, right at the line of scrimmage. So they will mark the ball off back to the 13-yard line. So now 2nd and long coming up.
Yeah, the Raiders, try to mix up their blitz packages, somewhere. They obviously don't want to send the house down. You're going to have 2nd and long. I have a feeling they're just going to kind of chip away on this one. Maybe even a little bit of a screen pass, something a little short to try to get a little bit back.
2nd and 26. Here's Slack. He throws to the right sideline. Has Carroll. Carroll makes the catch. He's pushed out of bounds at the 22-yard line on that out route there by Peyton Carroll.
Yeah, and the defensive back just played off of him. Hey, I'm not going to get beat deep on a 4th and forever, or rather a second and forever type of situation. So he let him get that kind of easy route, and sometimes that's hard. Carroll's a big, tall guy there. He's got big, long legs, and so you definitely don't want him to get behind you.
That was a gain of 9 yards on that reception. So now we're looking at 3rd and 17 coming up for for Brandon Valley.
Same situation.
Slack from the shotgun. There's the pass. Carroll makes the catch at the 25, and he's going to be tripped up or kind of knocked over there at the 30-yard line.
Luke Chiolis did a great job. He was getting blocked, and instead, the guy that was blocking him, he threw him right into Carroll and knocking him down, bringing up that 4th and 9 now situation.
That was 8 yards on that gain there. So, yeah, 4th and 9. This will be just the 2nd punt this ball game for Brandon Valley. Zach Brummels will punt inside the 20. There's the snap. There's the punt. Porter Doney is back at the 40-yard line. Makes the catch. Trying to break it to the outside. He's going to be tripped up once again. He was on this near side, tried to go across the field. Just too much time there for the special teams to get back and trip him up in the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was Damon Vischer, one of their will linebackers, and he's just down the field quick. You're going to try to outrun these Brandon Valley team? It ain't going to happen, especially on that. When you're running east to west and he's running north to south on a dead run, just a great special teams effort. The special teams might be the difference in this game right now. The Lynx able to execute their special teams and the Raiders are not. Even though it's only a 14-0 game here.
So Jed Jensen will take it from the shotgun. There's a pass. It'll be taken by Scott. I think that was Julian Scott.
No, that was Easton Ogle.
Oh, Easton Ogle.
Or was it Scott? My 1s and 7s are a little hard for
Number
that
7,
angle.
I think it was Julian Scott
right.
there. Yep.
You're right, Julian Scott.
And he's going to make the catch for a gain of 7 yards there out to the Raider 46-yard line, just shy of the 46. We're looking at 2nd and 3 now for Rapid City Stevens.
Yeah, we talked about that. Just a nice little dump off to the out to the flat there, just get him something to make a play.
They'll do it again, this time to the near side. That's going to be Scott once again. He's into Brandon Valley territory, down to the 46-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for the Raiders.
Yeah, I think the Brandon Valley team is pretty confident that they have the speed and physicality to play up, so they can drop too deep in that little cover 2 zone situation. But if they drop back too far, and Scott, who looks pretty athletic, is able to, get something in open space, make a player or two miss, this might be that recipe that's dialed up.
Again from the shotgun, 1st and 10. They hand the ball off. This one goes to Uriah Glenn, but he's going to be wrapped up immediately. In fact, for a loss of 1 back to the 47-yard line. So now we're looking at 2nd and 11 for the Raiders.
Yeah, and again, so that play was set up on the Scott play, not this play, the one before that, where he flared out to the right. So they're thinking, okay, 2 short passes, semi-short passes to the Scott guy. Are they going to pay attention to him? And then they just run an off-tackle play.
So now empty backfield. We're going to go spread offense, 5 wide. Jensen from the shotgun.
He's looking left.
2nd and 11. Looks back to his right, has a receiver. That's going to be Glenn. He's going to be stopped right at the 40-yard line as they give him forward progress. That's a gain of 7 yards. And now 3rd and a manageable, about 4 yards coming up, 3rd and 4.
I'm surprised Brandon Valley, they're giving him the underneath stuff. They said, we're going to give that to you because we've got the speed and aggressiveness to come up and make a play. But right now the Raiders, as long as they keep things going positively, are just kind of chipping away, working their way downfield.
7:39, the clock is ticking here in the 3rd quarter, 14-0. Brandon Valley leading Rapid City Stevens. They'll put a man in motion. There's the pass. It is caught by the receiver.
Nice job that time. That was Caden Nelson. Nice job. It looked like there were a couple 3 Lynx right in front of him. Instead, he found the little seam right between them. He dives forward. Now we got a manageable 4th down and 4th and 2?
4th and 2 on the Brandon Valley 38-yard line. They need to get to the 36-yard line. You hear the Raider crowd getting into this one.
We're going to get a timeout.
We'll see the officials blow it dead here with 7:01.
And it's going to be a timeout for the Raiders. That's the 3rd of the game here.
Timeout, Stevens Raiders.
Raiders take timeout. A big 4th down coming up. They trail 14-0. This game is still close. I mean, and so the Raiders know how important, with 7 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter, how important this 4th down is.
Oh, yeah, it's clearly so. They want to come up with something big. You have to, and this is the situation to do that in, but, unfortunately, I'm a timeout saver. And I know I probably don't utilize them maybe what I should, but I'm a timeout saver. So when I come up with a situation, you know how I've said this for the past 8 seasons here. I hate when they come up and they try to draw them off sides and then call a timeout. Have a play ready.
Just a timeout there.
Yep, have a play ready to go. And so this is kind of a similar situation. You're ready. You should have one of those kind of. Brandon Valley had it when they were over there on the end zone. They got that short play. He got stopped at the 2. They lined back up and just punched it right in. That's the type of play that you need to have ready to go, like this quick fire call coming from the sideline.
Julian Scott goes in motion. There's the handoff to Glenn. He has some running room. He's got the 1st down. He keeps moving his feet. He gets down to the 31-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 7 yards, and it's going to be a Raider 1st down.
Yeah, nice job that time. A lot of times you got a short yardage situation. A lot of players or teams rather will kind of stack the middle, think they're just going to try to run up and bowl people over. I haven't seen the Raiders bowl anyone over here with that offensive line. So, I'm surprised that Brandon Valley was maybe a little more ready for a perimeter play.
So we've seen the Raider offense come out here now. They've kept the ball. They've sustained this drive for quite a few minutes now. And to keep that defense off the field, Scott goes in motion. There's the handoff to Julian Scott. He tries to turn the corner, could not find any running room as he goes from left to right across the field here. And he's going to be stopped for a loss of 1 to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Colton Lewin was the lead blocker kind of on that side. He's got his reach block, which is to me, is the toughest block to do. You've got a defensive end on your outside. You now have to beat them by a couple, 3 steps, get your hands on him and able to either sustain or turn him. And it just couldn't do it, and that slows the play down and allows that backside defense to get there.
2nd and 11 from the 32. Backing up is Jensen. There's the pass. Glenn makes the catch. Uriah Glenn down to the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 7 yards.
Here's my only criticism right now for Jed Jensen. He's playing a great game, doing stuff. Last couple of passes, I've seen him deliver it in that little curl route right in that middle of zone there. He's throwing it high, so he's got guys having to come down with it, which exposes them to a backside hit by the defensive back.
5:41 to go in the 3rd quarter. Clock is still running.
Here they come.
From the empty backfield.
What happened there?
And Jensen, I think he tucked it in.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to get hit there. He dropped back, tucked it in, keeps it himself, and he's able to get, actually he's going to lose a couple of yards there from the 25 back to the 27-yard line. Now we're going to be facing 3rd and 6.
Yeah, he just couldn't quite keep his feet, but it looked like he was going to be, out for the season with that hit. And the linebacker, untouched, comes right in his face. He is able to avoid that. That just shows you the athleticism that Jed Jensen brings to this program.
So again, another big 4th down coming up for Rapid City Stevens. They fake the handoff. There's the pass down the middle of the field. It's caught by the receiver. That's going to be Easton Olmo, and he's down to the 1-yard line.
The one, we're talking half maybe. Nice job. It looked like he kind of had a chance to fall forward, but instead, like you said, good call on that one. He kind of fell and his lean just wasn't able to lean into the end zone. But great little inside route right in the teeth of that defense. And did you see that catch? I told you he's a fire plug. We saw him last year in basketball. He gets it right in the middle, and man, he kept his feet churning and said, I am heading for the end zone. Good tackle, a good, touchdown-saving tackle for the moment by Brandon Valley, but Raiders knocking on the door.
It's Jed Jensen on the quarterback keeper, and
they're
we'll see if he made it in.
They're going to look at the pile here. They're going to take a look. They are going to say no.
They're going to say no. Again, Jensen from the 1-yard line on the quarterback keeper. They marked the ball a half a yard.
Yeah, I don't think he got anywhere on that one.
It's at the half-yard line.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Those little plays right there, you have to have something in your back pocket ready. Everyone's excited. The defense is running around. You grab it. Everyone lines up, and you just fire. Quarterback sneak right into it. He's going to do it again. That's not going to happen again.
And Jensen is going to be held or denied from getting in the end zone once again. He's pushed back to the 1-yard line, so no gain.
So this is going to be an ISO play here. He's going to try to get somebody one-on-one, an end, a slot receiver, something like that, or throw something up in the air. I don't know if they have the quote-unquote, that ISO type player where you can just loft something up and they're going to go up and get it. That's where your scouting comes in. Who's going on to? How's this happening here? Is it going to be Trocamonin? I don't think so.
They put Scott in motion. There's the pass to Scott. Scott tries to break it loose or get in the end zone. Instead, he's going to be tackled at the 2-yard line. On 4th down, no, it was that 3rd down, 3rd and goal.
Yep, now it's 4th.
So now 4th and goal. That was a loss of 2 back to the 3-yard line.
They have to go for it. I mean, they're not necessarily in that situation, but just for the momentum of the team. You've got to make it happen.
Crowd starting to get in this one. Here's Jensen from the shotgun.
A slant pass to Scott.
Trips left. Here's the handoff to Glenn, and Glenn is going to be hit immediately as he touches the football. I thought maybe they'd go with that passing play with that trips left. Instead, they hand it off to Glenn, and he's going to be stopped at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, I thought maybe they might fake that. It was going to be like a fake to Glenn up the middle. They haven't really done any of that, and so to run that play when you've lost, 3, 5, however many yards they've lost the last couple 3 plays, thought maybe they might kind of do that just to get the defense to collapse and then just hit Scott on a nice little slant. He was the inside slot receiver on that, and it just didn't happen. That's got to be disheartening. I mean, a lot of things great up until then. Now you go back to your defense. Can they make a big play for you?
Yep, very disappointing to come up empty there for the Raiders. And here comes Brandon Valley on the carry. It's going to be Delvon Spears-Whitty. Takes the ball from the 6 out to about the 13-yard line for a pickup of 7. Now we're looking at 2nd and 3 coming up for Brandon Valley. And the Raiders had an opportunity there. You kind of hate to see them come up empty.
Yeah, but they had to go for it.
They had to.
Yeah, they had to. Just the execution. Yeah, you got to get the ball down the field. I'm okay with the 2 quarterback sneaks, but then that third one, you got to get the ball down the field. So you can't swing it to the outside.
Shot at the end zone.
Yeah, not with the speed of this Brandon Valley defense.
Spears-Whitty once again right up the middle of the field, takes it from the 14 out to the 23-yard line for a gain of 9, and that'll move the chains for the Lynx.
Yeah, getting themselves out. Nice little simple. They could almost do that all night. That's their bread and butter. They could just pound and pound and pound. That's what they did early on in the game, and now they're kind of getting back to it here with a couple of plays, get them out of the shadows of that end zone, but surprised they're kind of working on that passing game.
Minute 15 to go. It's 14-0. There's the handoff on that left side of the line. Let's see who the running back was. I don't think it was Spears-Whitty that time.
No, Spears-Whitty, I think, came out of the game.
I don't know if Jordan Johnson came back in, or if they were
was it Egan?
Or if Peyton Egan.
I'm trying to see.
Number 8, I'm sorry. Number 6. Yeah.
No, but I think Jordan Johnson is in the game now.
I formation has a man in motion from left to right. Slack fakes the handoff. There's the pass. It is dropped by the receiver. That out route there by number 13.
Yeah, that's the fullback, Brady Giles. Just to get him sneak. You do like the fake up the middle, and he just kind of sneaks out, and nobody pays attention to the fullback. You know, who does that? You know, and so you get 1 or 2 of those plays a game where he can, get an opportunity to kind of sneak out there, make a play, a type of thing. I remember that playing out in my Madden, like my first year Madden. I do that. My fullback was like my best receiver. He used to make plays all the time.
29 seconds to go. Trips left. No receivers to the right. Dropping back is going to be Slack. Throws to the left, and it is through the hands of the receiver, Peyton Carroll. Not really too high. It just goes right through his hands because at 6'4", you really can't get too high.
Right.
But again, it's just right through the hands of Carroll. I mean, he really whipped that pass.
Yeah, he did, and he had the time. I don't know if that was uncomfortable for him because he actually had the time. The great wall that the Lynx put up for him, giving him an opportunity. A lot of times that happens. He smells doom for the defensive backs, but he was able to not deliver what he needed to, and the Raiders get a big stop.
Zach Brummels will punt for just the 3rd time in this ball game. It's a high end over end.
Out of the way.
It's going to drop and take a Lynx bounce there into Raider territory. It was at about the 48-yard line, but instead it goes to the Raider 42-yard line.
I think they took a page out of the Raiders punting book. Yeah. High drop down. You like it high because it's hard to field, but you need some distance out of it. And instead you get the distance off the roll.
We're down to the final 11 seconds in this 3rd quarter. The Raiders, again, they played a tough ball game. They'll have one more opportunity here in the 3rd quarter. They're 1st and 10 on their own 42-yard line, going from right to left. Here come the Raiders up to the line of scrimmage. Jed Jensen, the 6', 170-pound junior in his 2nd season at the starting quarterback position. From the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, gets the pass to the right side. Nelson makes the catch. Nelson's going to be wrapped up.
Closing speed. Just amazing. Number 22, Kyler Brees, the safety. He's made several plays this game, just big-time defensive plays for Brandon Valley.
A 3-yard catch that time by Caden Nelson, and that's going to do it to end this 3rd quarter of play. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it's Brandon Valley 14, Rapid City Stevens nothing. We're back with the fourth and final quarter right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, foxsportsrapidcity.com, and GoRaidersLive.com.
Limestone Canyons. Limestone Canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds.
Star Spangled Batter on Jackson Boulevard in Rapid City, South Dakota. Famous for their delicious cakes, cupcakes, and other tasty baked goods. But did you know they're the only bakery in town to offer free consultations? Not to mention free samples when planning your big or small wedding. They also take special orders for that special party for that special someone. Check out their daily specials on Facebook or call ahead to grab some goodies for the office on your way to work. Star Spangled Batter is a proud sponsor of Rapid City sports and activities on liveticket.tv.
A lot has changed.
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and side-by-sides. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. It's Friday Night Football on Fox Sports. And being hounded that time was Jed Jensen. He had to run for his life there as he was scrambling, trying to get outside the pocket. Instead, he's going to be tackled all the way back at the Raider 32-yard line for a loss of 12 yards.
Yeah, that D-line put tons of pressure. I thought maybe he might have a second to set up in a pocket, but he quickly had to pull it down. He escaped one until Owen Warren, the 5'11", 205-pound senior, and Dominic Tucker, the 180-pound senior as well, drug him down. I thought he was going to use his wheels and get out of it, but just couldn't quite make things happen.
So now 3rd and 20 coming up for Rapid City Stevens as we just start this fourth quarter of play. Jensen from the shotgun. He's going to drop back, looks to his right now, passes down the middle of the field. Has Easton Ogle, who made a nice attempt at that. I mean, he got some air, but he could not bring it down. And I believe, do we have a flag on the play?
And if it's in the backfield here, that's not going to be good for the Raiders. But, you know, again, if we got to talk about what's going on with Jed Jensen, it's his accuracy. He's had a couple of balls. Maybe if he doesn't throw it to the right spot, the receiver can make more of a play on it. That one could have been easily intercepted. High a couple of times. He's forced them to try to make come up and haul something down. He made one receiver kind of stop and come back and catch it and lose his momentum.
And it was a penalty against Rapid City Stevens, but I believe
declined it.
Declined, yeah.
Yeah. That's an easy declination.
Because now the Raiders facing 4th and 20 on their own 32. This will be the 7th punt tonight for Parker Messmer.
We'll see if he went into halftime and worked on his punting skills.
Just a sophomore. There's
much
a punt.
better.
This one is much better. It takes a bounce, and it was touched. It is a live football. I think the Raiders have it. This could be the first turnover in this ball game, and I believe the Raiders will have the football.
Wow.
They do.
Delvon Spears Whitty. I mean, it was right in his mitts. I don't know how he has not played a great game today as far as even running. He's done okay. But, yeah, that was a first huge mistake, and we talked about that. Is there going to be a big mistake that the Raiders capitalize on?
And I believe recovering that fumble was number 4, Carter Doney. The 5'9", 160-pound junior recovers the football. So the Raiders, just like that, they will get it back in good field position in Brandon Valley territory.
What a different Raiders team from last year.
Exactly. Jensen drops back, being pressured, gets rid of the football. This one will go to Ogle. Ogle dives forward. It's going to get some positive yardage there to about the 38-yard line. Not much of a gain, But now we're looking at 2nd and 9 rather for Rapid City Stevens.
Just kind of what I'm saying there. He makes the pass, but Ogle has to catch it behind him, and that loses his momentum. If you're going to throw that little dump out route, you need to throw it in front of him so he catches it on the run. Whatever route you're throwing, there's a certain spot where you got to throw a pass. If it's not right on whatever spot it is, depending on the route, then you lose whatever momentum or whatever specific thing you're trying to get out of that pass.
2nd and 9 from the Lynx 38-yard line. Empty backfield. They're going to go trips left. 2 receivers to the right. Jensen from the shotgun throws down the right sideline. It is up for grabs. And Alex Trokemoinen.
I think we're going to get away with not having a flag, which wasn't too bad. We saw a lot of hand fighting, and I think the official's going to let it go because there was not a push off. He didn't hold him and keep him from making an attempt on the ball, but probably, I don't know if you could see, obviously the camera not quite where it is, where we can see, but there were fans right in front of us. Everyone starts pointing. Oh, hey, look, his hands are on it. But yeah, it's a good no call by the official, I think, on that one. Even though you want it for Stevens, I'm sure.
Again, they've tried to go deep numerous times to Alex Trokemoinen as he gets that single coverage. Just not able to connect with him a lot in this ball game.
And I don't know if they know what this play is, and they're going to have to burn a timeout. Just confusion. We talked about some of the mistakes that just happen. When you're playing the #1 team in the state, you got to have very minimal mistakes, and these are one of those. Mental mistakes just drive coaches nuts.
So Rapid City Stevens will use another timeout. They have 1 left. We will use a timeout as well. On the State Farm scoreboard with 10:05 to go in the 4th quarter, it's Brandon Valley 14, Rapid City Stevens nothing. This is high school football on Rapid City Sports, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Since 1962, but one thing hasn't: the hometown service you expect from Dale's Tire and Retreading. Dale's Tire has been providing quality brands and service to the Black Hills area for over 50 years, and we couldn't have done it without you. That's why we are pleased to service your vehicle, saving you time and getting your vehicle back on the road. Because at Dale's Tire, we don't just sell tires, we build lifetime relationships. Dale's Tire, Campbell Street and Deadwood Avenue, Rapid City. A lot has changed.
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast booth. There's the pass to Ogle, and he makes the catch inside the 5-yard line. Coming out of that timeout.
That was a tremendous pass. We're talking about finally he put something right where it needed to. If that's underthrown, that's either knocked away or picked off. The safety could not get over there in time. Ogle used his speed, reached out, and held on for a great catch by Ogle.
A 35-yard pass to Easton Ogle to set up 1st and goal now for Rapid City Stevens. They've been in this situation once before in this half. They weren't able to convert. They desperately need some points now. They'll put a man in motion. That'll be Ogle. They hand it off to Ogle from right to left. He tries to turn the corner, but he's going to be wrapped up. He could not get around the corner, and he's going to be stopped for a loss back to the 7-yard line.
That was ridiculously good defense by Kyler Breest again. He is the safety. He's playing more like a linebacker. He spends more time in the Raider backfield. His angle of pursuit was textbook. You teach that early on in camp. Angle of pursuit. What did he do? He angled him off, forced him to cut back inside. When he tried to do that, he was there and ready to smother him.
9 minutes to go here in this ball game. 14-0 is your score. Brandon Valley leading by 2 scores. Jensen fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. Hold there. He's at the 10. He's going to try to dive forward. Gets down to about the 6-yard line. I don't see any penalty flags.
It is.
Oh,
yep,
there's a flag.
Joe Martin threw it.
Yep,
there,
I see that.
Right at about, he's going to drop it at the 16-yard line. But the problem with it, I don't think the hold was that bad, honestly. The thing is, you saw the defensive end trying to get away from the offensive lineman.
If he can't get away.
Yeah, if he gets out of you could hold him kind of in your breast area. If you could hold him in that chest area and keep him there, you're fine. But once he starts to get away, you either have to let go or reposition your hands, or you got to do something else. And you saw him try to get away, and again, he's got to the outside of him. He still held on to him.
So the Raiders heading in the opposite direction
for the second time in the red zone.
They were first and goal. Now the ball is going to be spotted back at the 26-yard line.
Sometimes that's okay, because when you're so tight there, sometimes you get a hard time running routes inside like that. But
second and goal. Here's Jensen once again. Tries to stay on his feet. I'm not sure if that was the exact or designed quarterback keeper they wanted, as he's going to be stopped back at the 28-yard line. That's a loss of 2 yards. And now the Raiders, again, they're in a situation with 8.5 minutes to go. They desperately need to get on this scoreboard to, and let their defense go to work.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to give some reprieve to their defense. I'll say that much, because they've been stout, doing a tremendous job here. Only a couple of mistakes that gave Brandon Valley. One of them, I think, is the offensive mistake. But either way, they've been holding their own very well, and now they desperately don't want to go back on the field, still trailing.
We're looking at third and goal, and it's going to be a delay of game.
Yep.
Those are the penalties you just hate to see there. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, definitely. And you talked about it too, trying to get those mental mistakes out of the way. First game of the season, some of them happen, but boy, it's hard when you got the number 2 team in the state coming in. You got to be executing, and then you run those mistakes. You play things well and then make those type of mistakes.
Clock is running, 7 minutes, 40 seconds to go. They'll put 4 receivers to the left. Glenn lines up to the right of Jensen from the shotgun. He'll drop back. He's going to throw it down the left sideline, and it's going to be thrown out of bounds, intended for Easton Ogle. He may have been open for a minute, for a moment, but there were some defenders closing in on him fast, and then it's thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, and I was kind of curious about the formation. It kind of looked like the Raiders had an uncovered tackle on this side, but either way, yeah. Boy, those 2 mistakes, you sure just felt the error, just excited. Easton Ogle's catch, everyone's fired up, and then all of a sudden, no, he gets tackled for a loss. Oh, no, now there's a penalty, and just incomplete pass. It's just.
So now 4th and goal from the 33-yard line. They'll put 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's Jensen from the shotgun. He'll drop back. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to air it out. It's going to be caught by Caden Nelson, but Nelson is going to be stopped at the 14-yard line. Of course, it was 4th and goal, so that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, again, you got to string those plays together, and I know they were with that first and goal down play. They were trying to get Easton Ogle to the outside, but man, doing a jet across there with the speed of this Brandon Valley defense, they're going to have to settle. They're going to have to look for some, zone pressure type of spots. Zone looks, get a crack, and get a crease in the zone if they're going to be able to make those plays downfield.
So Brandon Valley will have the football deep in their own territory as the Raider defense goes to work. They hand the ball off. Is this going to be Jordan Johnson, it looks like, with the ball, or is the ball carrier out to the 25-yard line? And that's going to be an 11-yard gain, and that will move the chains for Brandon Valley. As right now, if you're the Lynx, you lead 14-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. Of course, you just want to wear out the clock and head back east with that W.
Yeah, and we actually got a penalty against Brandon Valley, so we're going to come back. Push the ball back, but yeah, I'm surprised. I will be surprised if Brandon Valley throws it very much more. We got tons of time left, so you don't want to start tucking the ball in your pocket and not throwing it downfield. But really, their running game, which they've been good at, especially when you got Tate Johnson, 1,956 yards last year, and they don't run more often.
Breaking one tackle was the running back. Not sure which one that was. They use a 3-man system there. Was that number 6 was your ball carrier, so that was going to be Peyton Egan, the 5'9", 165-pound junior. The ball was on the 5. He gets a gain of 5 yards out to the 10. So now we're looking at 2nd and about 14.
And I would be surprised if they threw the ball in this situation.
Actually, about 2nd and 15. I formation. They'll hand the ball off to Egan once again. He's going to get through the line on the right side, but then we're going to get a penalty flag there as he is stopped at the 13-yard line.
That kind of came in late, right in the middle of the pile there. So I'm curious what this call is going to be. We're talking to the Raider captain. He's going to say against the Raiders. Pointed that direction.
Of course, the official, the referee, looks the other way, but it's a face mask.
Face mask penalty against, boy, 2 killer penalties. Sometimes it's kind of hard on those face masks when you're just trying to grab. There was a pile there, so you're just trying to get in there and grab something like that. So that was a little bit hard to swallow sometimes when you got guys trying to be tough. But that's 2 killer penalties for the Raider defense.
So now an automatic 1st and 10 coming up. They'll hand the ball off. This one will go to Jordan Johnson, and he's going to be wrapped up. They started at the 28. And he's going to be stopped at the 33-yard line for a gain of 5. Now 2nd and 5 for Brandon Valley. 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Again, Brandon Valley just chewing up that clock as they lead by 2 scores.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be chew a little bit. A couple of substitutions coming in, but yeah, they less than spectacular passing game, which I'm sure they're going to go back and work on quite a bit here in this week in preparation for the next game. But
looks like the wind has picked up a little bit here at O'Hara Stadium. Rolling out is Slack. He gets the ball,
man, sniper
to that right side, number 13.
Yeah, that's happened a couple of times here. We might have a sniper in the crowd here somewhere because they've tripped a couple of times on, the flat-out turf. So kind of hurting themselves a little bit. It is Brandon Valley. But either way, still in charge right now. 14-0 here with under 5 minutes to go.
And our banner seems to be catching some of this wind as well.
Might have to.
We may have to take the banner in a moment
change
here.
Things. There's the give. It's going right up the middle, but the Raiders defense does a great job. I think it was Peyton Egan again that time. They're trying to pound the ball, and I'm sure the Raiders are trying to zero in. That's why they ran that kind of play action last time to try to make it happen. But either way, they were pounding it in and trying to change things up.
And we are going to bring our banner in as it gets a little windy here. Dean, I'll let you take care of the calls for a moment while we...
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so empty backfield. Now, here's kind of a surprise. 1st and 10. Maybe they're deciding, hey, I got a chance to take a shot here. Empty backfield. I guess he was up under center. Didn't see that. But either way, it's just a dive right up the middle for Brandon Valley that the Raiders are like, hey, we're going to send some guys and some toughness right up the middle and come up with it. Just picked up a couple of yards there. Did the Lynx, again, doing their little committee type of defense that they got going on here, or rather committee by running back. Is it Johnson or is it, I don't think it's Johnson. Either way, inside, a little toss sweep to the left side. He's got a lot of room, good seal block that time, and pounding forward and past the 45, near the first down at the 50-yard line, and that time it was Delvon Spears-Whitty trying to make something happen quick right up to the line right away.
They're going to pitch it to Spears-Whitty once again on 3rd and 1 on the Brandon Valley 48-yard line.
And I'm going to tell you, that might be the difference in some of the plays we talked about. You got to have another play ready to go. You got a short yardage situation, put something in your back pocket and come up and ready to go. And Brandon Valley's done that twice now. They got the score down there at that end of the end zone in the second quarter, and they just did it again to get themselves another first down and keep the clock and the chains rolling.
I formation now, 1st and 10. Clock is running. Here's Slack. He'll fake the handoff, rolls out to his right. catches the receiver as he races down the right sideline. That's going to be number 13. So that will be the fullback, Brady
Giles. Again, that's like the third time they've ran that play. I made an illustration back doing my Madden count, but either way, it's working. This is bread and butter football right here. Their passing game isn't working, so what are we going to do? We're going to pound, and then we're going to do their version of, a lot of times they'll get a tight end to block. You'll fake one way, and then you'll get your backside tight end to block and roll out to like a little out route or a little seam route. They're using their fullback instead.
1st and 10 on the Raider 32. Slack hands it off to Spears Whitty. He'll go right up the middle of the field, get inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line for a gain of 7 yards. And now 2nd and 7. Jordan Johnson returns for Brandon Valley, but are we going to get another timeout? I believe the Raiders will take their final timeout with 2:25 to go in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, because coach is like, okay, we got to dial up something here because we need a stop, here. And another score by Brandon Valley is, with the way that things are going, that defense they got, that's almost insurmountable, just by the momentum of this ball game.
On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it's Brandon Valley 14, Rapid City Stevens Raiders nothing. We'll take one final timeout here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports, Rapid City.
It's 1960.
At Denny Menholt Auto Group, we buy cars. You heard that right. We don't just sell cars, we buy them too. We make cash offers to purchase local cars, trucks, and SUVs every day. Tired of listing online? Tired of dealing with messages? Or just tired of making payments? Whatever the reason, make an appointment for a no-obligation appraisal. It's fast and free. When you're ready to sell, we're ready to buy. At Denny Menholt Auto Group off East Mall Drive, Rapid City.
Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. On 2nd and 3, they hand the ball off to Jordan Johnson. He'll go through the left side of the line, get down to about the 21-yard line for a gain of 4 yards. And that's pretty much going to do it for Brandon Valley. The Raiders used their last time out. So with 2:13 to go here in this fourth quarter, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lynx as they lead by 2 scores. And they appear to be heading to that, getting that victory and heading back east for a long bus ride, but at least a happy bus ride.
Yeah, it will be. They're going to get a W, but it isn't.
Not a pretty W.
It was not by any means pretty, and I am expecting that Coach Christensen is hoping that something a little bit better heading into the next game. So they got plenty of work to do.
They hand the ball off to Johnson that time. This time he takes it to the right side, takes it to the 20-yard line, actually back to the line of scrimmage. So we're looking at 2nd and 10 coming up for Brandon Valley as they are in no hurry now. They are just trying to chew that clock up as we're down to the final 80 seconds of this contest. Coming up momentarily, we'll have our post-game show brought to you by Pioneer Bank and Trust. We'll recap this ball game. We'll have our player of the game coming up as well. There's the handoff. It goes to Johnson. Johnson is tripped up as he makes his way through the line, gets all the way down to the 11-yard line with 58 seconds to play, and now we see kind of a hurry-up offense there. Or no, Brandon Valley, I thought they were going to hurry to the line, but they're not. They
got that first down. 10. This is it. This is a kneel right here.
Lucas Slack still out there at quarterback. He'll lead the troops up to the line of scrimmage. Are they in victory formation, though?
They are.
We'll see a knee here by Lucas Slack. And there's your knee. 20 seconds to go. The clock is going to run down. And Brandon Valley will get that first win of the season for the Raiders. Of course, their home opener is spoiled here tonight, but we saw a lot of good things, and we'll be talking about that coming up in our post-game show. But that's going to do it On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, the final score, Brandon Valley 14, Rapid City Stevens nothing. We'll be back with our post-game show when we return to 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com, and also on GoRaidersLive.com.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
Everyone says they want to change the world. But not everyone will. We are not everyone.